Hey y'all, what's going on? It is the Coastal Critiques panel. We're back again with another recap review for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This episode is entitled Basketball, Bobbleheads, and the Brow Girl. This is still season 5, episode 3. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
We're back.
We
Back, y'all.
are.
It's our third week, and we are here to discuss all of the mess and the chaos that is going on over in Salt Lake City, y'all. So, yeah.
Or if you want to say, on Salt Lake City, but in how she say Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Milwaukee.
However Heather wants to pronounce it. Yeah.
I said, girl, that's not what it's saying there.
In Milwaukee this episode. But yeah, y'all. Happy to be here. Happy to have you guys joining us. As you guys come into the room, as normal, we are streaming from both platforms. So please go on ahead and click the like button on both of our channels, please, and thank you. And while you're at it, go on ahead and subscribe to each of our channels as well. And once we conclude this live, we would love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. We will be sure to, answer. We can have a nice little key down there in the comment section. So let's keep the conversation going. And if you would find it in your heart to share us with everybody you know, we'd appreciate that as well. So just some simple things, nothing new, but we got to throw it out there because sometimes y'all forget, and we're here to remind you. But so what did you think about this episode?
Ooh. I thought that the episode is, I'll tell you what, anytime Mary shows up for work, I'm happy. That's what I'm saying.
It looks like you're going to be happy for the rest of the season then, because Mama is clocked in. She said, hey, if there's a check to be made, she's making it this season. That's what it's looking like. And I don't see Kevin in here yet, but I just have to think back to what he said last week about, her potentially maybe, putting herself in a position to be able to, walk away from her marriage. So I'm thinking, whatever the reason is, nonetheless, we're happy to see her clocked in and coming to us with all the one-liners and all of her TMI moments as well. We did get some of that, and we will get into that towards the end of the episode. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode. I didn't watch it as it premiered, but I watched it the next day, and I was pleasantly, I felt pleasant about it. I had no complaints. Who do we got in here? Hello.
Hey, my kids. How are you, my son, my love, who is now on fall break? They get a fall break. Well, they go to school in the beginning of August.
Yeah.
Like we already.
We used to go to school like the day after Labor Day.
Yeah, we went. That would put you September 5th, 6th, 7th, 10th, somewhere in there. So yeah. So he's been in school since the first week of August. So he started his fall break 2 days. So good for you. Hey, Miko, my love,
my baby. Hi.
Her fave, her love. Hi, Nani KKK.
Too, and I don't even see you, but I know you look beautiful.
Always, baby, always looking good. I want y'all to. I do want to say Happy Friday.
It is Friday. TGIF. It is Friday. We're both wearing like baby blue. Wow, that's.
What does it say though?
This grandma is fabulous. So not only does she want you to have a good Friday, but she wants you to know that this grandma is fabulous, and I concur whole bunch. I sure do. I sure do. Um,
Appreciate y'all. I love you. I love you for saying so. But I do want to just say a shout out to both my granddaughters. It was in the mood when I put this shirt on. I was like, oh, that's my grandbabies. I'm actually gonna have Nevaeh tomorrow. So and we're going to a fall festival out
I
here.
love a fall festival.
Yeah. And then the pumpkin
Best
patch.
activity.
Excuse me, y'all. I'm losing my voice, but it's okay. We're gonna push through. But the pumpkin patch is also open off the 395. So you see that one from the freeway. And they have little rides and games and food like kind of a carnival. It's
I
not
saw
super, super big, but it's big enough for a lot of people to go in and have a good time in the hay and all that stuff out there. So we're
I
probably
saw
gonna
a big cool one. I don't remember where it was. I know I saved it, but an hour or so somewhere, and I was about to try to see if I could pop up there or whatever because they had a whole bunch of pumpkins and rides and stuff. And I mean, we have ones around here, of course, but
uh-huh.
so I was like, ooh, I might have to take a trip to go to this one. I feel like the fall has all the best festivals and activities. I mean, the summer is cool too, but like fall's my time. Fall's my time as well. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I love fall. I went to Thrifty's. Me and McKinley went to Thrifty's ice cream yesterday. Excuse me, and we ended up having like they didn't have my mint and chip. I love mint and chip, and then I love their Rocky Road because their almonds are so big. But guess what was there? And I was so happy. And the two flavors that went together that was so bomb. I'm going to get some. And it has to be Thrifty brand. It's just my favorite brand of ice cream. But it was pumpkin spice. Okay, now everybody's a pumpkin spice eater. I'm not.
Yeah, you got your lovers, you got your not lovers. So
yeah, so for me, I don't like. I'm not a. Don't bring me no pumpkin pie. I'm not a pumpkin pie eater. I'm a sweet potato pie eater. So the ice cream actually tastes like sweet potato pie with a lot with a spice to it, like a cinnamon spice or nutmeg or something spicy to it. So it does. I mean, because pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie do not taste alike to me
at all to me.
All right. So for me, the pumpkin spice ice cream by Thrifty's, to me, almost has a sweet potato pie flavor with this spice that hits you at the end that is so good. And I had the Rocky Road at the bottom and the other one on the top because I was like, man, what if I don't like it? What if, because I couldn't remember if I liked it or not, because I don't like pumpkin spice everything. So I was like, I don't know. I'll put that one on top so if I can knock it off, either my cones. So it was so good.
I mean, I want to like pumpkin items more. Like, I feel like it's an underrated thing, and I feel like you could do a lot with it. Like, I know in a lot of cultures they make like pumpkin soups and stuff like that.
They do,
which aren't bad. Pumpkin seeds are cool. I like pumpkin seeds.
I love pumpkin seeds. I
want to like learn how to make some real pumpkin dishes, and maybe that'll
help you out a little bit. Yeah. Well, yeah, so if you eat anything more than you need to eat for the acquired taste, you need to eat at least 5 times. And I'm not like consecutive in days, but like maybe if you do eat it once a week for 5 times, then you'll like the taste of it. If you don't like the food, like if you don't like it. Now, if you like it, you don't need that long. Do you like it and it's good? Cool. But when somebody be like, you don't like it, and they really try to be like, no, you really, I know I was the same way. I didn't like it either. And then you keep doing it, and you're like, all right, I see what you're saying. It's all right. It ain't that good, but it's all right. And then you know, and then you keep trying it until it finally be like, you know what? It's actually not that bad. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Barb, your palate is gonna change.
My palate is constantly changing, and I'm always like trying new things. I never want to be somebody who's like afraid to try stuff, you know, whatever. But
welcome to my life. How you doing, Barb?
And I mean, I have a partner that like loves to try different things and is into so many different things. So I always
that's my husband. That's my husband.
Stuff, but
yeah.
We'll get into it. But
we just have to get that little, you know. I just have to get that out because it is fall, y'all. It is, even though in California it's summertime. Still,
yeah, it's been kind of hot down here still, like 80s, and I'm like ready to wear a sweater. But
for San Diego, that's hot, and it's been late 80s in LA, and out here I'm in the late 90s. I'm in the high 90s. So burning up. I had to run my air. I just noticed that there's a cloud cover. So I don't know. And my fire department is moving too. So I don't know if there's a fire outside, not like directly by me, but it usually when it's around me, it will cover the sun. And right now it looks like it's cloudy outside or it's overcast. So, but anyhow, let's get into it. And I like I said, I enjoyed it. I like that Mary is showing up. I'm really enjoying Mary right now. So, and I wish oh, you know what? Let me hit my sister up because I know she's at work. But because we gave her favorite some props, which is Nola Reed. Shout out to Nola Reed.
Yes,
you know, love us for Mary.
Yes. And hey, Kevin, good to see you as usual. But yes, y'all, basketball, bobbleheads, and the brow girl, all of such things popped up in this episode. And as we said before, the ladies were off to Milwaukee, Millie Rock, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, they went to Milwaukee, y'all. But before we got there, we see, you know, all the ladies, of course, getting ready for the trip and packing and all the things. And what did Seth compare? He compared Whitney to high school algebra, saying she shouldn't pay attention to it. I mean, that was kind of a funny comparison, I can't lie. I'm just like,
I love algebra. I'm sorry. I love algebra. I like that.
I won't say I love it, but I have an appreciation for algebra because y'all, I am very much not, I am a word girl. I am I'm not a mathematics girl at all. Like I can, you know, finesse my way through some equations here and there and stuff. But no, I'm by no means a math wizard. So algebra was as far as I got in high school. So
yeah, me too.
I understand. We see each other, Seth. We see each other.
No, whatever. That was cold-blooded, Seth. You stay out of women's business.
It really was. Bronwyn's still butthurt that Lisa didn't stick up for her. Cry me a river. Mary tells Whitney that she's going to be coming on her own, you know, and honestly, were we surprised? Not really. Mary was like, there's about to be 19 of y'all in there. And like, I just don't got it to do. I understand that you chartered a private jet, but I'm gonna just roll on my own. And Whitney, of course, laughed it off and was just like, okay, whatever, we'll see you there.
No, wait, she did say if it was anybody else.
Yeah, if it was anybody else, it would be a problem. This is very on brand for Mary. We're not surprised. And I mean, she's actually kind of right, though, if you think about it. Because at first I was like, what do you mean 19 people? It's probably just going to be y'all. But they had their glam and stuff. So
everybody was on that plane.
It's probably real small. And I would be annoyed, too. So nonetheless, after showing him her custom Greek shades that she got for the trip, Angie tells Sean about how when she had lunch with Lisa, you know, she got walked out on and, you know, dismissed, very, very rude like. And she says that they haven't spoken since. But what the main thing about this scene was how she went on to say how her brow girl told her that Jared being the non-boyfriend of Brittany, apparently he's been sliding in her brow girl's DMs and not claiming Brittany in there either, and basically, you know, trying to get with her brow girl as recent as like 2 weeks ago. And she even showed Angie the messages where and I didn't take a screenshot. I meant to, but yeah, they were definitely corresponding, and it was definitely giving if you were in a relationship or whatever. Yes, it was inappropriate. It was. So she's kind of just trying to figure out if this is something that she should tell Brittany or not, because again, she is just meeting this lady. They are just now starting to form a friendship or whatever. So you never really know how a person's going to receive hearing something like that from you. Yeah, it's an ethical dilemma right now that Angie's fighting. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that was pretty much everything before they left, I think. Did you have anything to add?
The husband did agree that, because at the end of that, Angie said that, it's girl code, right? I should tell her. And then didn't Sean say, like, I mean, if it
I
comes
don't
up,
remember.
I feel like he kind of agreed, and like he didn't just say, yeah, go tell her, but he kind of gave her the green light. Like, I mean, because I think he didn't say these words, but I feel like he's thinking, if the shoe was on the other foot, that's what you should do.
Y'all let us know in the comments. Would you tell Brittany if you were Angie or no? Let us know in the comments.
But I also I think that Angie had said out of her mouth that, if it comes up, like she didn't say like,
yeah, she said something about like
she,
the time is right. If the opportunity presents itself, then she will bring it
so
up. And the opportunity presented itself. So whatever.
So for me, long as she wasn't being messy about it, long as she was handling it with care, when somebody tells you that, then it would be fine for me. To me, I would have told her the same thing, like, yeah, if she comes to you, or because she already sees she's goo goo gaga over this dude and she wants everybody to be happy. Brittany, is her name Brittany? Brittany is so, she's just so excited. But I feel like she's in love with the name and who
she's
he is.
In love with the idea.
Not so much.
She wants to be a relationship.
She wants to be Brittany Osmond.
Yeah,
yes.
At all times. It doesn't matter the quality of the relationship. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters as long as we are in a relationship.
Yeah.
Y'all have to realize that when you go looking and accepting anything, that's exactly what you're going to get. And you should love yourself more than just to be out here just accepting anything.
You better tell him. And not only that, hints that they broke up 16 times and they only been together not even a year. If y'all don't get y'all grown selves out of my face with that dumb stuff,
I haven't even broke up. Like, I haven't even been in 16 relationships. So I haven't even gone through 16 breakups in all of my relationships. So,
and Brittany, don't tell people that. Brittany, hello, Brittany, don't tell people that.
That's why your kids don't want nothing to do with you, because they see that their mother is like not operating with a full deck.
Is she Mormon? Do you remember if she's Mormon or not?
Okay, so she puts having her back.
She puts the men first and then the kids, right? That's how she would do it. Okay. Yeah, no. Hey, Kev. I said hey, Kev, earlier, but my son walked in at the same time, so I don't know if you heard me. But what up, Kev?
Permanently out to lunch.
Like, I mean,
permanently, like, brain is all the time out on lunch.
Yeah.
Okay, so they get to the airport 4 a.m. Bronwyn, again, still really not happy with Lisa's behavior at the team building event. She expected her to have her back because they're supposed to be years-long friends, right? Lisa, completely oblivious, as she always is. And you could tell that because she's still very much in Bronwyn's face. Bronwyn's like getting out of the car and she's like, oh, hey, I wasn't sure if you backed out or whatever. Okay. Like, just completely just woo. And Meredith actually does show up, y'all. Meredith shows up, and we find out that, like, days before the trip, Whitney received a text saying, I moved some plans around and I'm able to make it to Milwaukee after all. Thank you for the invitation. Something along those lines. And
good one.
And Whitney was just like, whatever, girl. Like, she didn't even
like, thank you, Meredith. Thank you, Meredith.
Thank you for, freaking raising the London Bridge in order to freaking make it here to Milwaukee. Thank you so much. And she tells them that Mary's going to be coming on her own, and they're off. And meanwhile, Mary lets us know that she's very fond of Milwaukee because that's where her dad is actually from. And she even tells us how her dad actually lived a street over or whatever from Jeffrey Dahmer. Y'all know Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, that guy. And he actually was one of the ones that used to walk by and smell a weird smell. And then boom, a week later, he gets busted for, being who he was. And she was like, yeah, he probably was just being nosy though at the same time. Like, I thought that was funny.
That's so funny because me and Mary are the same age, and that happened while we were, I think, a senior in high school. Because I might have been in 11th grade, between 11th and 12th grade, because I remember that I was like, this is the freakiest thing that all these men are missing. And then we found out, and it was just like, whoa. And I think I was around. I mean, when I say I was around, but I remember the other one, the Night Stalker. Yeah, that one in California, that had me nervous because I lived, in the proximity of. But I was young, but still, like that kind of stuff. Like I can remember those stories. So for Mary, that she didn't live with her because she said she never been to Milwaukee, right? So that means she didn't never see her dad.
I want some more. She didn't. I don't remember her specifying, but she said I didn't know how to take that, like as if that's where he grew up, like before he had her, maybe or something. And I don't know. I want to know more about her background. Okay, like we're starting to get bits and pieces, and I'm trying to put all the pieces together and see how Mary Cosby came to being the Mary Cosby that we know today.
That's real stuff. That's the only thing. Like
that smelled like he was walking by and smelled that. Obviously, if you guys watch the documentaries in the series and stuff like that, you know, like all the details and stuff. But like I could like. And that's a very distinct smell. Anyway, moving on. By 10 a.m., all the other ladies have arrived, though. And y'all, there's actually 9 rooms, so everybody gets their own room for once. And it was a really nice layout. It looked like I don't know what hotel this was, but it looked like an independent, nice hotel. And they all sit down to eat. They had food waiting for them. And we start to kind of hear a little bit more about Mei Lee. Finally, she shares that she has 4 kids, and her and Whitney lets us know, I should say, that they go back to college days. And the reason why they aren't maybe even closer is because Mei Lee wasn't always able to just break away from the kids and work and all the things. So this is like her first girls trip since, I want to say she said something about Disney or something. So that's her deal. Lisa also shares that Jack has been having some health issues. He had some really bad stomach pains. And of course, being the, doting mom she is, she wanted to jump on a plane and be right there with him. But he was like, no, I'm an adult now. I need to like figure this out on my own, which of course still doesn't make it any better for her. So she gets a bit emotional over that. And I want to say I heard about that in the blogs or whatever. If I'm not mistaken. Hopefully he's better now, though, I want to say. And on a positive note, Whitney lets them know that they're going to be attending the Bucks game tonight. And she also wants them to know that they're going to be visiting one of the world's largest bobblehead museums. Yes, y'all. There's one of the world's largest bobblehead museums in Milwaukee. Which hey, I guess that's, cool. And the reason why she wants them to visit is because if you guys watched last season, you remember when Mary called Whitney bobblehead when they met that time. So, but just so you're clear, Mary no longer thinks that Whitney's the bobblehead, though. Somebody else in the group has earned that title. As hands over to Brittany.
Come on, get the torch. She's giving it
torch right on to her, which is befitting if you ask me.
What did production do? Production put it right on Brittany.
The camera panned right to Brittany, and I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Oh my gosh! Wow, Kevin.
And because Kevin. Yeah, I think it's Kevin.
Oh my God! Night Stalker had my nerves on edge. LA was in a chokehold during that time. I can imagine.
Hello.
I've watched documentaries.
Yeah, that, and I do too. And same thing with, I just watched the boys that did the thing to their camera.
Oh yeah.
Monsters, but that's
there's another one coming out, and they're actually speaking up. I want to say it's coming out in the next couple of days or so, where they're actually speaking themselves. I'm gonna check that out because I would
like to see that. Yeah, so all those things, especially when you were there to see it, is crazy. So, but as far as go ahead, you can finish this scene.
Heather also wants to let them know that she is going to be heading to the casinos. She want to do some gambling. So it's obviously about to be a split situation. Half are going here, half are going there. And as they all disperse to get ready, who do we get a phone call from? Mary gets a phone call from her son. And you want to know why, y'all? Because he needs $60 cash app to him right now.
When I say I was watching this, and McKinley, I hope you still listen. I hope you sitting right there, right here, because I was watching it yesterday, and my both my sons hit me up on, Mom, can you send me? Mom, can you? I just need this one game. I just need this one thing. I just need this. But mind you, guys, my kids are the boys, the youngest two.
They're not of legal age.
14 and 17. My son has not started work yet. Soon too. It's my fault because I haven't taken him to go get his work permit, but all I am saying is I expected from them. Why in the heck is how old is her son?
There's
like
supposed to be a cutoff date to these things.
Was he like 24, 20? He's like
20. Yeah.
Like between 24 and 26. However, don't you dare call your mama asking her for $60. And like she said, you didn't call and check on me.
Like that's the thing, y'all. Like there's nothing wrong with life happens sometimes. We all fall on hard times. We all might fall short sometimes. And it is nice to know that sometimes you can lean on others. There's nothing wrong with that sometimes, but just based on the amount that he needed, he wasn't in no emergency. Like that wasn't like, oh my God, my tires just blew out. I need $300 to get.
That's dinner money. Or that's dinner. That's
trying to do some BS.
That's dinner. That's dinner for him.
Life for forever, and that's not cool. And also, like, what's your wife doing too? And also, even if you guys did need a little assistance or something like that, is her family helping? Or you just is Mary just the only one that's doing everything? Whatever, I don't care.
And are you calling your daddy who ain't in the household?
Neither should be doing anything. Y'all should be being grown on your own. But it's just like there's just so much there, and I hope she sees this back and like realizes like what needs to be done. I hope she sees it. She sees this season back and realizes like, yeah, this is really like a problem. Like I hope she doesn't take everybody's comments and stuff negatively, because it's not like we're like bad-mouthing you, but we do know she's not the best when it comes to receiving constructive criticism. So Mary, you need to stop.
Yes,
like it's not cool.
No, anyway, because you're gonna make him a mad. He ain't never gonna leave. And I know you said I'm gonna kick him out when I want to or when I feel like it, but no, girl, he gonna bleed you.
She's the type to build him his own like house, like guest house on her property. Like that's the type of moving out she's probably thinking. Anyway, Brittany's unsuccessfully calling her non-boyfriend. Angie pops in on Bronwyn to check on her, being as though things kind of, blew up last time all the ladies were together. And she tells her that not only is she's upset with Heather, but she really is furious with Lisa, because it's like, girl, you're supposed to be like my friend for real. And you got in front of everybody and didn't have my back. And Angie, we know where her and Lisa stand right now. She can kind of empathize with it because Lisa hasn't really been the best friend to her either. And but Bronwyn also divulges that the things that Lisa said about Meg Lee were actually far worse than anything that Bronwyn's ever said. And we're like, what are you talking about?
Run it back, please.
And they sure did. They ran it back. We get a flashback of Lisa, Heather, and Bronwyn when they were, on their fast food, rolling with the homies, girls' day out 2 weeks ago. And we see how Lisa says, like, this is so bitchy, but like Wade, don't know who Wade is, but Wade was like, Maylee's about to get blacklisted from Nordstrom for all of her returns.
And so we get Heather in the background, like, and we get Bronwyn giving her more the little like, well, I mean, it is what it is, because I don't know how much Bronwyn knows Maylee, but in that moment, you're being messy, Lisa.
Yeah, it wasn't just Lisa. I want to say she even said she was like,
she said Heather too.
Yeah, she was like, the way that like both of y'all were going in when both of y'all were talking big shit just 2 weeks ago behind this girl's back. So what's good for the goose should be good for the gander, right? And we get more into that towards the end of the show. Hey sis, how are you today on this Friday?
Dr. Queen Mary.
Just like, I can't. I mean, honestly though, even though we're starting to form our opinions on Bronwyn, she does have a point. But then I also see it from another angle too.
Let me see what you gonna say. Go ahead.
That's because I accidentally may or may not have watched something on Twitter that kind of made my gears start working a different way. We're gonna get into that though, y'all. Okay. Heather and Whitney, they have a little conversation as well. They start taking shots. You know, the buzzing cousins are back. Woohoo! For like 5 minutes. And Heather asks what Meredith's vibe was because, you know, we know where they stand as well. And because she's going to be going to the casinos with Heather. And Whitney's like, I basically threw an olive branch out there by asking her to bring the caviar. And instead of her being like, oh my God, yeah, and like receptive, she was like, I'm already bringing the caviar in a sort of like QA.
Yeah. But you know what's funny right then when that happened? I wish Whitney would have just checked it then. Like I don't want to go on my trip that I want you to be on and have this weird thing that we're doing. And it's not even like you're yelling at me or you're cussing at me.
I don't do weird
this. Yeah, I don't feel that this vibe is not good. So let's just lay it on the line. What's the problem? What do you say? How do you feel about it? I just wish Whitney would have did it in that moment. But
because it's like a lot of times that's what needs to happen a lot of times, and that would stop things from going on.
Piling up.
Season.
They pile up.
Y'all just need to address the BS right when it happens, and then there won't be no BS. But we never get to do that. So then Whitney asks Heather what's going on with her and Bronwyn, and Heather says she's like testing the waters with her, and you know, at the airport she was still a bit cold towards her, which raised some red flags because again, there seems to be like two stories going around of like, one, you are fond of Whitney. Another one is you're not fond of Whitney. So Heather is still kind of grappling with what it's like what I know, what I saw versus what I'm being told. She's having like some dilemma with that. And for some of us, it might be giving kiss ass too, was what it's looking like for a lot of people. As
like what the wind blow? How the wind blow?
Yes.
Like that? Okay.
And Heather tries to bring out to Whitney. Okay, whatever. Moving on. All the right ladies, they head out. It's Heather, Meredith, Lisa, Brittany, and Angie that are going to the casinos, and then Whitney, Mary, Maylee, and Bronwyn are going to the Bobblehead Museum. And we already know once they do get to the casino, we already know in the Mormon religion that addictions and things of that nature are pretty much off limits, taboo. And but we know that Lisa also walks this fine line of Mormon 2.0, where it's like, yeah, I can gamble, but like, I'm not gonna let it consume me and become addicted. Like that's her version of it. So in her eyes, she's not sinning right now. Whatever, Lisa, live in your delusional bubble, I guess. And then she gave this whole example of how when she was on a plane, she was sitting next to this boy, and he was like watching porn over 4 hours. Like
a Mormon kid. She said I sat next to
I'm assuming she meant kid by like as in like just younger
teenager. She said teenager.
Oh,
I think she said. Did she say kid?
She said kid, but I took that as like
a young adult,
20, somebody. Like yeah, like a kid to her. Like
yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah. I wasn't thinking like a kid, but either way, I just feel like it's so slanted, and I feel like you guys put all these things on, you know, the whole church and all that. If they want to do that, fine. But y'all make the kids want to do what you trying to make them not do by putting it, so clinking it down. You can't get addicted to, you can't do nothing that's going to be addicted to you. Yeah, nobody wants you to do no drugs, of course. We don't want you to do that. But like gambling, yeah, I mean, you can get addicted. You can get addicted to alcohol. You're not supposed to drink, smoke, because those are all cigarettes, of course, weed, anything like that. So any drugs, cigarettes, alcohol, gambling. It's like when y'all put something that hard on something that moves around the world. Like, yeah,
2024. Like,
and the fact, just like that's how you get somebody like Lisa saying what she said. I mean, I'm a Mormon. I'm a Mormon, but I'm a Mormon 2.0. I'm gonna still be me.
It's 2024. It's just not. It's just really unrealistic. A
lot
of these, or not even just religious organizations, y'all. Just a lot of just any old institution, organization, yes. The military, yes. One of the major reasons why I got out of the military, there's so many like rules and that are outdated that just don't apply to daily life. And I don't think that any of that should identify or qualify somebody as being a good person or a non-good person. But whatever, that's a different story for a different day. Nonetheless, going back to the episode, of course, the ladies that were at the museum, though, they we find out that there was 10,000 bobbleheads in that museum, which honestly, y'all let us know in the comments. Would you have gone to the casinos or would you have gone to the bobblehead museum? I don't gamble at all, so honestly, I would have just been like looking and bored anyway. Like every time I go to the casino, I'd be bored and just kind of like, why are we here? So I would have went to the Bobblehead Museum and they did like this little scavenger hunt, and I was like, oh my god, that sounds so fun. Like I like nerds like that. I feel like you would have wanted to go to. I feel like you would have wanted to go to both.
I actually would have. I wouldn't have minded to go to both, but I if you're giving me the choice, I could go to a casino anywhere. So I feel like you can't go to that Bobblehead Museum everywhere. Exactly. I'm only going to be in Milwaukee this time. I don't know when the next time I'm coming to Milwaukee, and the fact that it had 10,000 of them, I want to go see. I want to go see them because I'm just that type of person. I want to go see that kind of stuff. And if you like to, and you can purchase too. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the bobblehead spot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to the bobblehead spot.
And so they're off on this quest to find, all the bobbleheads and stuff that are on their list or whatever. And
I love that.
They got the Golden Girls one, which is I love the Golden Girls. And then they
would have had Lucy and Ricky out of this.
I'm sure they did.
No, I'm saying that would be on that list.
Yeah,
if they would have been on that list, I would have been like, y'all know what, y'all gonna make me go to Milwaukee just to go do that.
Yes, Kevin. But unfortunately, a lot of the casinos out here stopped doing the buffets since the pandemic, and that's the only reason why I used to go.
Okay, I'm the same way. I love the buffet, and I'm with you. I will gamble on. Let's be clear. I'm from the age where I'm a slot machine person. I like to clink, 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 clink. When you win, that money falling down, me putting the money in. Now it's different. It's all paper. Or you put paper out. Yeah. Go turn the money to go get your money. Like that stuff. That's boring for me. I want to hear that clink, clink, clink. And that keeps me up too. And you hear the people. Now that's best of two worlds. I mean, it could go either way. You hear the person winning, you like, oh, happy for them, but then you got a person that watching them like, oh, you the winner. So I get it, but at the same time, I'm gonna take $20. Like I ain't no baller. I'm gonna take $20. If I ain't hit on this $20, I'm going to go eat, and I'm just walking around the casino looking at all their clothes, and especially when I go to Vegas, because now that my team is in Vegas, I see all the Raider stuff. So I can walk around the casinos and enjoy myself with all the Raider stuff that's in all those casinos. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and I'm like always I just be over it. Like,
and real quick. You walk around one good time, you saw the slots, you did that, you spent your little money, and now what?
Yeah,
I drink, and you're not a drinker.
I don't drink. So I'm like, really not gonna work. Cigarettes. And if you smoke in there, people like to be in there smoking stuff. And I'm like, there's no reason for me to be in the casino.
Now let them put some Mary Jane in the air and they say that's legal. Now we gonna talk whole nother kind of thing.
That's a different conversation.
That's a whole nother kind of conversation.
But yeah, y'all. I thought it was funny. I thought it was cute.
I like that they separated too. I did like that
Yeah.
because it's hard to get all of them in one conversation together like that. So I feel like they'll separate them like that was cool. I like that.
Yeah, it was. And shout outs to Mary for giving us like one of her many one-liners in this episode when they were comparing themselves to the Golden Girls. She was like, yeah, some are grumpy, some are moody, some still have their periods. Wait, did I really just say that on camera? Oh my gosh. Like,
you did, and they don't play it.
Just hilarious, yo. Hilarious, y'all. And then we go back over to the ladies that are at the casino, and once again, Brittany is still unsuccessfully trying to FaceTime or call freaking Jared. And again, y'all are not together. I want to say this is when Lisa was like, "Girl, like, put your phone away. Like, come on, let's have fun."
No, she didn't. Oh, wait, yeah,
you that moment. And then she showed her the phone. She also shows Bronwyn the screenshots. Oh no. This is when Angie tells Bronwyn about what the brow girl says, and she showed her the screenshots. And wait.
No. That's at the game.
Why did
no, that's not there.
My notes just skipped like 25 million light years ahead, y'all. Sorry.
I'm gonna say maybe it flipped somewhere around. You didn't know.
No, I literally went to the end of my notes, and I don't know why.
Oh, you went to the end.
Like weird. Anyway, Lisa's like, girl, you need to like cut him off unless he's gonna do the right stuff and change. And she's still not trying to hear it. She's still like, well, he asked me to be his girlfriend, so that means that we're meant to be together. It's not clicking, y'all. It's not clicking. Heather and Meredith have a little one-on-one. Heather tells Meredith that earlier in the day, Whitney told her that she was kind of rather cold to her, and she even asked her to bring the caviar, which was supposed to be an olive branch, and it wasn't really received that way. And Meredith's like, yeah, that didn't really represent an olive branch to me. I would have much rather, like, she just wants a straight out apology, y'all. She doesn't want any little like dancing around the issue to see she just wants a straight out, I messed up, I shouldn't have did this, I should have like just a regular old classic apology.
But when we like, what is the apology supposed to sound like? Meredith, I'm sorry, I did she apologized once already. So I'm trying to figure out what Meredith, what is she apologizing? She apologizing because she got the bath bomb. She's apologizing because she came out with
she should have told her, apparently. I'm sorry I didn't tell you I was coming out with the bath bombs. I'm sorry I didn't consult you because you are a senior.
But I thought that she apologized, and then she was like, "Oh, and I should, if anything, I should have sent you some because I already had bath." She explained to her, "I had bath bombs before."
Like, I would have sent her an invoice or like a record, whatever,
Oh, how long?
Her with the date on it and highlighter of when this product was first put into my stock. That's what I would have showed her.
And then apologize, like, I'm sorry if it was a misunderstanding, because I'm still trying to figure out what exactly does she want to hear. What exactly is Meredith trying to hear from Whitney? What is going to make you feel good? Like, because I already told you, I already had the bath bombs. I'm sorry, and I should have sent you some. So what are we saying?
She doesn't know what she's saying. She's just
trying to hold a grudge.
She's just kind of like, Meredith, are you a control freak? Because it's seeming like that a bit. And if that's the case, then you need to go to therapy and handle that. And that's honestly, you can have a lot of controlling tendencies and just not even realize it. And she might fall into that category, and it's okay. There's help for that. There's a therapist for you. I'm sure.
Okay, tell me something, because sister, I was just trying to say that. Go ahead, you go to the next thing.
Well, the last bit of this was how then Meredith also decided that it's just kind of odd with Whitney right now. It's just one more thing that just doesn't add up with her, just like what I'm hearing through the grapevine about her taking her designs from Alibaba and marking it up 20, 30 percent or whatever. And like clockwork, of course, we get a little, proof right here. Y'all let me know what you see. I don't know. I'm just gonna let y'all say what you think about this one, but it ain't looking too good, Whitney. I didn't hear any of these rumors or anything like this, but if this is the proof, yeah, it's looking a little sketch, Whitney. It's looking a little sketch.
Well, here's my thing before you even go on with finish that. Go ahead and finish that sentence. I just because
There's nothing wrong with wholesaling your products from certain places, and people. I'm not saying people don't just drop ship or slap their labels on stuff that comes straight from a warehouse on the other side of the globe, but it's just like it's about how you're presenting it. Just like going back to the Real Housewives of Dubai, how Caroline Stanbury was like, girl, I never said I made the journals from scratch. Like it's just about how you're presenting it. So if you're trying to make it seem like, yeah, I did all this from scratch, I went down there and we melted the stuff down and did, like, if you're making it seem like you did it from when the products were just individual ingredients, then that's a different story. But again, I didn't hear anything about this, so I don't.
So that's where I'm gonna go back to. That's what the point I'm trying to get at is when Heather said at this time, when she did tell her that, she says to her, Heather says to Meredith, she says, wow, she's like, you haven't seen it? She's like, no, I haven't seen that. She was like, wow, I got it from like 100 different people.
Yep.
She's like, oh, really? She's like, yeah, I didn't see that. And she was like, yeah, are you gonna for me, in that moment, I feel like you didn't show her. You didn't show her that look, this is how many people showed it to me. Even if 100 is 5 of them. So your 100 is 5. Show me the 5 different people that sent it to you. And then not only that, what Heather says is, wow, whoever's doing this got it out for her real bad. Cause I haven't seen it and da 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 da. So that's why when she don't, Meredith, you've done this before.
Yeah, last year, wasn't it like some, they messed it. This is, yeah.
It sounds the same way.
Weird again.
And for you, see, because what it's showing is, Meredith, you ain't learned nothing, or you don't give him about none of it, because you see how Heather's reacting to Bronwyn, because she's got her guard up, and Whitney's gonna say it later on, but she has her guard up because she's like, I ain't let nobody infiltrate nothing, not again, not on my watch. With Meredith, I just was like, dang, if somebody sent you that, even if it was 5 people, why don't you show it? Girl, you didn't see it, girl, let me show you what they sent me, girl, because I ain't trying to be messy, but I'm just saying this is what they sent me. But you not doing that, and Heather not seeing it, and now you're telling me Barb, who be on the blogs, don't be seeing it or never got that story. That shows that it might not be a true story. It made me feel like you might have did this. Now, if you go to Whitney and she says, oh yeah, that was my marketing strategy, and I can mark it up to however much I want because Alibaba marks that down. You do see on that same thing, it says 70% off. So if I mark it up 30%, and I'm well within my range of doing what I want to do. So
people do literally, like, that's how people do it. They get these wholesale, buy in bulk off of these websites. I've done it, like, and then you just
look at a commercial for it. You can get your own logo and a hat.
It's not hard at all. Like, it's really
not. Anybody right now?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just about how you're presenting it from that standpoint. And then from this standpoint, what you're saying, it is very much reminiscent of a path we kind of walked on very, very recently with them. And yeah, you would think that Meredith would just navigate certain situations a little bit differently, being as though they all were very much taken aback by what happened last season. But for me, it was more so like, Meredith, I see what you're doing right now. I see what you're doing, and it told me everything I need to know when she was like, oh, well, yeah, this is why she tried to say, like, oh, this is why, Whitney never takes anything that I say, like, well, or whatever. This is why if I tell Heather, if she tells her, she'll receive it way better, and da 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 da. And I'm just like, Meredith, that sounds really nice. That sounds really cute. And that would be really believable if this wasn't the Real Housewives right now, because we didn't see that unaired clip of them talking about it. Was it Lisa and Meredith talking about it? How we didn't see that clip. We wouldn't have known anything about this unless you brought it up, Meredith. So this is you trying to do damage control and make it look like you weren't trying to throw Whitney's business out on Front Street, when in all actuality that's exactly what you were doing, Meredith.
That's exactly what you're doing.
We'll let you rock. We'll let you rock. We'll let you rock. That's for them to address with you and not us. Moving on to the last scene though, y'all. All the ladies, they leave, the museums and the casinos and everything. And now it's time for the box game. And Angie's greeked out. Bronwyn's apparently like such a basketball lover or whatever. Who cares, girl? The players are warming up. They're welcomed by the president of the Bucks. And they're all taking pictures as they're warming up and stuff and being greeted by the
they were signing and profiling. They was doing that.
They were courtside and everything. I think Whitney even like FaceTimed her son and stuff. Cute. Very. And then when they went back to like, they had like this little box like suite setup situation. They had food set up for them and everything, and it was really nice. They all eat and everything. Then we get like quite an odd conversation, y'all. Mary, she was sitting there or whatever, and someone asked if she needed to go to the bathroom or something, and she's like, well, yeah, but like I'm not gonna go because I don't use public restrooms, which a lot of us are not fond of public restrooms, me being one person. I try not to go, but when nature calls, you gotta listen. I'm not gonna not go for 10 hours if I can't help it.
Right.
But in Mary's case, y'all, she refuses. She absolutely refuses to use public restrooms. And in order to mitigate using these public facilities, she instead inserts a tampon inside herself and does her business as needed, and it just stops it all right up. And she's been doing it for years. She even gives us a play-by-play of how we can do it and achieve said results. And my question now is this how you guys get down as well? Because I know me personally, Barry, what the fuck are you talking about? Did you really just say that? I'm gonna need you not to say that, and I did not need to know that, because now it's giving the pissy pastor, and I'm not here for it.
It's giving the new and improved depends, and I'm what are you doing?
Yeah, just wear a depend if that's the case. I'd rather you not. Like, come on now. But like,
let's be clear. Let's be clear about a couple of things.
We all know how vaginas work, right? That's number one.
Inserting something like that without being and I don't want to use
toxic shock syndrome.
I'm not even sorry. I ate something blue. I'm like,
toxic shock syndrome. You're not supposed to just leave stuff in there all day, every day when you're going there for no reason.
But she did say when she go all day. But no, don't do those. Don't do that at home, ladies.
I don't even like having things in my body. Like I don't even be trying to take too much ibuprofen these days because I don't want to get an ulcer. Like I just don't do stuff to the body unless it's needed.
My doctor told me not to use those when I was having that, and when it's really used for it. So I'm definitely not about to use it when there's nothing coming out of it, and you can go just use the restroom. That's just common sense. Why would you do that? Not inserting something like that. That's just don't make it sense. Meredith not saying something.
You think that she would
agree to disagree about Meredith not saying something initially? About
Meredith didn't say it initially. I want to hear more about this, Kevin.
Because I'm lost on that one. On that.
What part you were referring to?
Mary said extra. I'll say no. It's super bookie.
That what? And I can.
She said it can't be a medium, and it can't be a small or a medium. Which is like I said, not to be TMI, and we're gonna get off the subject.
You should only need to put that in there when you need that. That sounds.
If something's coming down, then you can insert it. If nothing's coming down, and you're gonna insert that, it's uncomfortable. So we're gonna go with that. We're just gonna go with that right there. So literally, what she's saying, don't do that at home. Don't listen to her. That is not what that is for at all. Because another thing, let's be clear.
It doesn't work. It doesn't even work. That's not the same. Whatever.
You urination is supposed to come out. That's waste,
that's
right?
So
if you're holding that, it's stuck inside your, not in your bladder no more. Now it's in your.
Over female anatomy. I think we do.
And this is why the government can't tell us what to do with our bodies.
Because Jesus. Oh my God, Mary.
Bring it back around. Go ahead. Crazy.
Bringing it back.
Kevin, did you tell us what we was talking about Mary? No. And he's more.
So now, y'all, the game has started. All the ladies are, of course, super excited. We're having fun. Oh yeah, the game started. Woo! And but Brittany, we got Brittany over here, still trying to FaceTime Jared to no avail. Or actually, no, one time
he did answer.
He did answer this time.
But what funny is that she put Heather in. When he did answer, she was like, "He's answering." I was like, girl, if you don't get first of all, Brittany, I'm gonna need you not to call while you're in the game. I'm gonna need you to enjoy the game. That sounds like Sunday.
I'm glad you said this because one more thing on this note, Kevin. This kind of made me think that
come on, Mo.
This is how I know Mary is not having sex with her husband. They do not have a sex life. And I would even go as far as to say, like, she's just not sexually like what is the word? Super experienced.
She's not
super experienced no, she isn't, because her even thinking that this is like how you should be doing stuff tells me everything I need to know about like I don't think you're really in tune with your like I don't really think
that's smart.
If that makes sense. Like I don't think that she really, and honestly that also makes me think too, is she the way she is? And I'm not saying like you have to be having so much sex in order to be a person that has all the knowledge in the world. That's not what I'm saying, y'all. But I just think that this just shows more about how like she's just very, she hasn't really, I don't think she really lived life. And I think that if she is, and I think maybe that's
sheltered,
why
very sheltered. Yeah.
And with her and Angie, that's why we're getting another side, because she's starting to see like, oh wow, like okay, like this is how you live life, and this is the things like I might actually like this. I might like. Can you imagine her like in a real like? I don't think she's ever can say like she's been in a real like legit relationship, because we know that this was basically a not a contract marriage. It was basically, what is it, a arranged to somebody that she wouldn't normally have gone for, obviously. So I just think that all of this just points at all of what I'm saying, basically. Honestly, I feel for her. If this is the case, then I feel for her, and I want her to hopefully this next, period of her life, she's able to really be, the woman that she dreams of maybe being, or really experiencing life for real. Because honey, you're not doing it right. You're not.
Mary looks good and she deserves it. She it's terrible that she was arranged to marry her grandmother's husband, or widowed husband.
She did. I don't remember that, but I
told Andy she likes white men. I think because she thinks that she's quirky, and our Caucasian cousins are they're quirky kind of. So I think she feels like I can be my quirky self here. They'll understand it.
I don't care if she wants a white man, a black
man.
I don't
care either. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
she can have whatever man she wants. I
don't want her to limit herself. No, I don't want her to limit.
Yeah, I want her to. I want her to. She can have 5-minute ones. Like I want her to have all the things under the sun, because clearly it's gotten her into this this bubble of thinking that is just not where she should be thinking at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know she has her views on. We know how she feels about people that are overweight. We know how she feels about people that are not that smart. We know how Mary feels about every type of person. So
yeah, she don't bite her tongue about it, but
about anything. But back to the game, y'all. Brittany still trying to FaceTime Jared. He does answer.
Finally.
whatever. Mind you, while she's FaceTiming him, we have freaking Angie and Bronwyn right behind her, literally talking about her right behind her. And I don't even want to say they were really talking about her as much as like, because I would have said everything they were saying, I would have said in front of her face, which they actually wind up doing. But it was just like, girl, like, it's not even funny at this point that you're purposely putting the blinders on, and we just have you sitting here like you don't see the writings on the wall. Like I can't get down with that type of stupidity. But nonetheless, this is when Angie tells Bronwyn about the DMs and stuff. And I want to say, yeah, Bronwyn said, like, no, I would have wanted to know. Like, I would have wanted to know because y'all would have been basically, sending out a cleanup crew or something to come get her husband's body up off the floor, because yeah, basically Bronwyn was saying she would have wanted to know, which I think gave Angie the last little bit of confidence she needed, and seeing her in front of her face still stuck on stupid, it gave her all the motivation she needed to, when Brittany got off the phone and you could see she was all like,
what did she say when she got up? What did she say when she got up?
I wrote it down.
She stood up and was about to go to the bathroom. She was like, "Oh, things are looking up.
Oh, things are looking up a little, or things are looking up.
Things are looking up."
No, they're not.
What are you talking about, Brittany? It's not. Stop.
They're not at all. So, and then she turns around to them and she's like, "Are y'all talking about me?" And that's when Angie lets her know what, about the DMs and everything. And of course, Meredith also walked up at that point. And of course, Brittany got upset and she's like, I need a minute, walking off, whatever. Meredith goes after her and embraces her. And then they wind up in the bathroom. And Meredith tells her, like, she's like, she's not in her relationship or anything like that. But she tells her exactly what she needs to hear. And she's like, girl, I just think you need some time for yourself. And even in the confessional, she was like, he seems like the type of guy that the whole breakup situation probably happens because, and I'm not trying to defend Brittany, but to a degree, I'm not going to say that she's completely crazy. She can't be. There's always multiple sides of the story, y'all. Brittany, she's not completely crazy. She just, at this point, she needs to take what she's being seen or what she's being shown and do what needs to be done. He probably does whisper sweet nothings to her ear over here, and he probably does play into her. He plays into her feelings, and he says all the good stuff sometimes. And then when he's feeling like he wants a new flavor that week or whatever, then he probably switches it up or puts her on the block, or picks a fight. Argument. Yeah. So he's playing with you, girl. And yeah, what you need to do is back away and just do you. Repair your relationships with your kids, do some, soul development, just work on yourself.
But let's be clear, Lisa helped her out, and the reason why, let's be clear, the only reason why this man even answered the damn phone this time is because what Lisa texted him.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that earlier, y'all. Lisa actually texted him at the casino.
She was like, yeah, at the casino, because old Brittany is still looking and concerned and woo. And then I guess so that's why you thought that he had to text back, because she didn't talk to him.
And it feeds his ego, and then fall into it.
So what happened was, when Lisa texted back, she said, you know what? We're gonna be out late, not sure what time we'll be in, So I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks.
Letting him know she doesn't need him.
The only problem with that I was mad about is that she put thanks. I was like, she's not gonna be thanking her the dude she messing with, loving on, whatever the case may be. So you could have left thanks off, but I was glad she did it. But that's why that dude answered the phone, because clearly you think I was gonna be out.
He wants to keep her sheltered in a dumbass corner where she's going to just be his pawn as needed. And now that it's looking like, oh, she's starting to wake up and she's starting to, stand on her own 2 feet and know that I'm not just going to be able to be, or she's not going to just be my doormat whenever I want to. And now he wants to come. That's how this is classic, y'all.
walked her relationship 5 paces back again because Lisa actually pushed it forward, even though it sounds crazy. As if she wants to pursue the man.
She shouldn't have talked to him for the rest of the trip.
Yeah, evidently, and every time he texts her, I wouldn't. Yeah, don't answer the phone. Only text. And then when you text, get a phone to Lisa, because sometimes your friends do have the right words because you're sitting in it. And not that I want her to take up her battles, but I'm just saying, Lisa had. It's like literally you needed to do that so you can see the cat and mouse game. He wants to play with you. You can't always let him chase you. Sometimes he wants that. Some men want that. And if that's what he wants, and you can see that, oh, you answered the phone after I said I wasn't gonna talk to you until tomorrow, but I called you anyway because I'm thirsty. But okay. Yeah, it's like, girl, you shouldn't have called him until yesterday. I mean the next day. Would y'all have married for that money? I'm not a materialistic person. So
I provide my own materials.
I don't know. You know what's funny? To be honest, no. For me, I think about it all the time. It's not that I could have married into money, but I could have potentially dated somebody that was set up for money. But powers that be made us not connect, and that person is Kobe and Brian.
I like to.
For me, I would be like, I would have been rich, but I don't think money can make you happy. I don't.
No, and you still have to live with that person. You still have to see them every day. Like you still have. I want to like my life, and I want to like not. No, like I would just no.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, it was her grandmother to marry her grandmother in order to get the inheritance money. Yeah, and that's
for her to get the inheritance money. And that was that how it went? So Mary. She set the granddaughter up because if not, he would have took all the money and then it just would have been in his court.
Yeah.
So she said, okay, well, she should have put
in that situation, like, I don't know, maybe, but like, no, I wouldn't have been like,
I wouldn't have no kids with
somebody for money. No,
I wouldn't have no kids with that man.
No.
And I definitely would have, the grandmother.
Once everything was transitioned into my name.
Hello, I was gonna say 2 year. But you stay married to him by 2 years or whatever the case may be. If you don't fall in love with him, because I'm sure you wouldn't.
It would have been a contract marriage.
That's disgusting.
It happens in the military all the time, y'all.
Sorry, anyway, I made it blurry. Sorry.
You're definitely to you, but you are suddenly, like her focus is just so far gone that she needs these types of friends to come in and be like, girl, stand up. Brittany is that dumb bond, and she's gonna milk it the whole season, being so defined in her downfall. Yeah, she's gonna continue to burn bridges in her life and to just isolate herself from being in situations that can actually support her way more. I don't know. I can't identify with
she's in it. She's in it for all the wrong reasons, and that's why it's not working out the way it needs to. And especially like you guys said, how you gonna move around and you think your life is gonna move correctly when your daughters are not talking to you? If you don't go fix that relationship first, that could be a turn off to your boyfriend. He might be looking at you like
a major turn off to me.
Yeah, for me too. Like literally.
If I dated somebody with kids, and they had strange relationships with their kids, go fix your relationship with your kids. That's why I don't understand when people get with people that are like deadbeat parents and stuff like that. I'd be like, that's so unattractive to me. Like, why are you over here in my face all the time? Why are you not? Where are your kids? Like, weird.
So
I want a lobster corn dog though.
Oh my goodness!
I need to try that once in my life. I'm gonna.
They gotta have it at one of these carnivals or something.
I'm sure they do.
Or a festival.
I've had a fried on a stick, but never. Yeah, I need it, y'all.
But I was gonna say while she was thanking Whitney for being in the box, like, oh my God, Whitney, this food. When you in a box of any of those. I've been in Jerry Buss's box, which was the owner of the Lakers. I was in his box, and I was thoroughly impressed on the food, and that it looked just like that. The spread, actually, ours looked, because theirs was like flat. They came with carts, and then the setup was so pretty. It almost looked like a restaurant. and it was the bomb. The food is
Oh yeah,
amazing, and the desserts they have, it was amazing. So, but yeah, I'm still with that lobster corn
you paying for it if
I'm
y'all,
still like,
don't think that this is the regular the regular experience that the average person would get. No, this was a different experience, y'all. And it was just cool actually. We can't call them the broke franchise then.
Definitely not definitely not. She with
we'll get those
other books.
We'll get those people at the end of the week. Anyway, a little Potomac shade, sorry y'all. Yeah. But yeah, it was a really nice setup. I think I still hope this is obviously not the only like trip or anything like that though. But you know, so far so good. Whitney, you did good. You did good girl. Mm-hmm. But going back to this scene, then this is when we kind of get into, we see Mary and Angie dancing with the Greek flag, which I'm like, see, Mary, just stay like this all the time.
Man. She's like, you ain't got no. She said, you know what, then she's like, wait, hold on, let me do it, and then follow me. And then they both was like, hey, and Mary's like, yeah, you got it, girl. I was like,
because
Mary,
like
you are fun.
Mary, Angie, Whitney, and Heather, like for the most part, were just like, and I guess Lisa for a lot of it were, and mainly they were all up there like having fun pretty much the whole time. It was like the Britneys and the Bronwyns and Angie sometimes that were like having this separate conversations back here or whatever. But then this is when we get into Lisa and Bronwyn. Lisa turns to Bronwyn and she asks her, asking if what? Okay, this is when I did voice notes, and they're not really making sense at all. Sorry. Lisa asks her how everything went, and this is when we get another clip earlier from where Maylee and Bronwyn were having a conversation, and Maylee's like, you know, what is this I hear you talking about, like my clothes or whatever? And this is when Bronwyn says again, like, if we're talking about making fun of your outfits and stuff like that, you need to go talk to have a conversation with Lisa. And Maylee's like, okay. And this is when we tie in Lisa, but Lisa's statements again in the car when she said the whole Nordstrom returns thing. And Bronwyn says to Lisa, like, yeah, we should probably have a conversation about that. And Meredith gave Maylee enough courage to go up there and stand up for herself and address Lisa one-on-one and say, like, what is this, you know, that you've been saying about
never mind one-on-one
stuff. And Lisa with like this little stupid smile, she's like, yeah, it was like a snarky comment based off of your clothes looking like they're from Valentino, or she's like, this one said like it was from Valentino, which then she responded by saying, like, don't worry about it, it's probably back at Nordstrom. Like, not funny. Lisa was the only one laughing, and Maylee's like, not funny. Like, that's something I would never do. Like, don't try me. Basically, don't play with me. Like, I would never do that. And Bronwyn jumps in, and she's like, you know, it's just so crazy that you can continue to say like, oh, this is just a snarky comment from you, but again, when I say what I want to say, it's not cool. When I say a joke, it's not cool. So again, what's good for the goose has to be good for the gander. And if you and Heather get to say whatever you want and get, you know, passes and stuff like that, then I should get some passes sometime and be able to say what I want to say sometimes. And I want to say she asked Meredith, like, am I right? Or, you know, right, whatever, to back her up on it. And Meredith, I don't remember what she said. I don't think she directly like really said anything that contributed to it. But I can't lie. And the way that Bronwyn broke it down in this moment, I did understand where she was coming from. And I understand how she could have an issue with that. But I also get into the other side of why I'm like, oh, it can look a little weird too.
I will tell you why it ain't weird and why she wrong. Girl, you don't know them. So back up, sit yourself down.
That's what I'm saying too.
Like, you can't have it both ways. You are not at Burger King, my love. I'm talking about Bronwyn in this moment, at this time, at this specific time right here. You, especially, let's go with the boozing. What do they call themselves? The cousins,
buzzing cousins.
The buzzing cousins. Let's go with the buzzing cousins. You don't know, maybe you know, or maybe you don't know that they're buzzing cousins. Maybe you don't know. And like I said, they're not close like cousins because they always say they're friends. But if you're new to this friend group and you don't know everyone on a certain level, then you should shut your yap yap until you can assess a little bit more. You can't come in on hot. And I don't care if it's your first season, your first 5 minutes of the show. You got to still sit back and kind of observe. You don't get the same pass that the cast get. Talking about, well, I can do it. No, you can't. No, you can't. Sorry. Don't work that way. Now, I'm only saying in this specific setting to her Bronwyn in this moment, that's not true. Now, later on, yeah, you can when you get to learn, just like you said what you said about Whitney, then we find out you had a conversation with Whitney and like Whitney. It's the same principle. You said something about her, but then you find out you liked her, and then you kind of backpedal just a little bit on how you presented what you said about her, which was a diss, because you said it was Oscar winning. I don't know how many times she didn't say that. I put that on here. She said, I don't know if she rehearsed that in the mirror. One, she said it was iconic, and the other one she said it was something different, and those two don't equate. And whatever that word, those two words were, that's why Heather can use and say, no, girl. I mentioned it to both of you, but you didn't say it in the same context. Difference. You said it correct, but you're lying when you say you wasn't trying to diss Whitney with Lisa and that you was kissing Whitney's ass when you talked to Whitney. Don't play me like that. And you don't know these ladies like that. So with this specific thing for me, not my sis Barb. I don't know what my sis thinks, or anybody that's going to come in the comments and say so. You can tell me if you disagree. For me, I'm like, Bronwyn, I need you to pull it back a little bit. I know you're trying to make a splash. I know you're trying to stay on the cast. I know you think you watch the series or the seasons and know how the formula works, but I'm going to need you to really pull back a little bit, or you're going to get blackballed out of the thing, especially if you're going to come at everybody with the same attitude. Like, you think you're going to check Heather. You think you're about to check Whitney. You think you're about to check, girl, go ahead, check them. Check them.
Yeah. I think it's like, I can understand it from that angle. And I think for me, it's also where I started to look at it like, and it's not to say you should be talking about anybody, y'all, or just because you're the new person in the group that allows you to be talked about or anything like that. But I do think it's also worth saying that, like, Lisa was saying something about somebody else that was newer to the group or whatever, versus in Bronwyn's situation, she was talking about like somebody who was already well established within the group. So I just think it sometimes is received differently. Like, I don't know how to say, but like, if I don't think they viewed Maylee as like really a person in the group yet, really. Mm-hmm. So in their eyes, maybe like it was like, oh, they don't really, or Lisa in that case didn't really owe her any loyalty or extra niceness or anything like that, because it's like, girl, like I still know you from a can of paint or really even rock with you like that. So I think that also was another angle of it, where it was like, girl, like you were talking and inserting yourself in some stuff that is like, yeah, way just above you with people that have been around for seasons and seasons prior. Like, it goes way deeper than when you just came into the group, versus what I said about her. She's just somebody, just, because, and like I said,
oh yeah, okay, you can plan
women think. Like, it's kind of this episode or this franchise, this show, y'all, Housewives, it still has a level of superficiality. We know half the time these ladies don't really be friends or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, maybe that wasn't what she said, wasn't to be taken so badly, because again, it was somebody who wasn't really an integral person in the group anyway. So it's just like, girl, like, whatever. Yeah, I said what I said, because like, she barely even goes here. Like, worse is Whitney goes here, if that makes sense, y'all. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that's how I would have operated, but I think maybe that's also something that
yeah, I see what you're saying. I can see
it. It's also like, but no, I think what Bronwyn is saying isn't wrong. Like, the principle should be the principle, where if you are allowed to talk shit sometimes, then I should be able to talk shit sometimes. I think that's totally fair to say, but again, we're not just talking about principles on this show and stuff like that. We do need to add that layer of superficiality into it, because that's why this show is the show. What do you guys think? Remember, he's an Osmond, and once he gets checked by his family on his behavior, the relationship will be over. I heard it probably is over, or maybe I've heard that. I don't know.
I heard
Angie really up by talking about Brittany right behind her. Angie really needs some manner classes with her pick me shots. Yeah,
pick me shot with her pick me shot. Okay, but for me, I know that's production, and I was thinking the same thing. I was like, now she's sitting right here. Y'all got them.
I don't really think she said anything bad though.
She didn't. That's not about being bad.
Bitch, you need to leave him.
Well, here's the thing. If you weren't talking to Bronwyn,
she shouldn't have said the brow girl thing right there. And
she shouldn't have said. That's what I'm saying. If she shouldn't have said it to Bronwyn, and Bronwyn messy, but let me see it. Why you need to see? I already told you what it was.
Yeah, that was
messy boots. That's her. She about to be the messiest one, I believe, and I'm here for it. Bring the mess, baby. Bring it.
Who's gonna be the messiest one?
Bronwyn.
Oh yeah. Because even in this scene, y'all, and this is where we wrapped it up and ended with things. She's still very much looking at Lisa like sideways and recognizing that this is a crack in their friendship now, and she's kind of nervous, not knowing like, okay, like I think she understands where the seasons could potentially go. And then we got Lisa over here that's still very much like not understanding why Bronwyn is feeling the way she's feeling, just like Lisa never understands why anybody is feeling anyways. Hey Jeremy, I was thinking about you yesterday actually. I was like, oh my god, like I haven't seen Jeremy in a while. Like I want to
like up Jeremy. And we think the same thing. We thought it was pretty good as well. I don't know how long you've been with us today, but we thought the same thing.
It was Heather. She can't fathom what Bronwyn's saying as well. So everybody was just we kind of ended this episode, everybody kind of looking at each other a little weird. And then we have Whitney chiming in her confessional by saying like, Heather still has trust issues, clearly, based on her, what happened last year. And it's just like when anybody comes into the group, when any new person comes into the group and it looks like it could potentially be some mess or some weirdness, or they could be on some BS, Heather's guard is up, like the pit bulls jump out like no other. And she's saying that it's displaced trust aimed at Bronwyn in this situation. And we're still going to be in Milwaukee next week when we come back. So we're going to see how things, I feel like, further disintegrate in the group from there, y'all. But I like Bronwyn standing up. Yes, I do like that Bronwyn's at least standing up first off, even if I don't always agree with what she's saying or whatever. She does seem like somebody who isn't afraid to say how she feels. And I do always have to give credit where credit's due in that regard.
That's fine. She can stand up for herself all she wants. All I'm saying is be careful, because as good as you can sling it back, just be clear that you were being a little messy with the situation. And all that happened is that Heather called it out. Whether she's standing up for herself or not, she still was she did. Are we in agreement that she did flip-flop when she told the story? Or do y'all disagree that she was being upfront with Whitney and saying what she said? Or do y'all think that
it was some
played both sides?
It did appear as though she played both sides, and it did. I think Heather's completely justified in looking like, wait, girl, but that's not
okay. That's what I
like. No, I totally picked up on that.
I just want to know, because I agree with Jeremy and you that I'm glad that Bronwyn is a person that speaks up, because like we say, when you don't nip it in the bud or you don't say it right away, that's where you're gonna have a problem, because what happens is it compiles and it sits on top of each other, and then that one little baby, she sneezed in my face, and that's it. You see what I'm saying?
No, I 100% feel you. Definitely some weirdness, going through some professional. Tell me about it. I've been job hunting myself, and we could talk about this all day. I feel you. Trust me, I empathize with you. What's Tucker Carlson? Heather not going to do is play a victim, but you wouldn't allow Monica to come back. I mean, I don't really think this is Heather playing victim. I think that she's 100% accurate in saying
I don't know
Girl,
why
if you are coming here saying things that can be taken negatively about Whitney, but then you get in front of her face and it's something totally different, I think that's totally okay to point out. But at the same time, no. We can talk about Heather all day, of course, and her issues. Yeah, I don't know. I don't equate.
Did you think it was warranted that Bronwyn took it there with Heather? Did it knock Heather off her kilter a little bit when she was like, and let me tell you.
Oh, when she
Let
was
me
like,
check you real quick.
no, I mean Heather did use those words, and she was very much like I told you. I said last week. I was like, no, Heather was. That wasn't just acting in that moment. She was actually pissed off. Like the head bobbing. She was a bobblehead last week. And she was at that table talking about some. Yeah, you need to correct we want to talk about people correcting their words or coming correct with it. Like, yeah.
You ain't lying. She was bobbling her head. I'm trying to get my camera
bothered. She was bothered. And that's what tells me that there has to be at least some truth there where it's like, Bronwyn, is there something we're missing here?
Because we didn't get we're not gonna see the full thing. And I know even when we got Lisa telling them about May Lee, we like, oh, you said that about May Lee? Okay, well, all right. And I still want to know what exactly does May Lee do? Because didn't Whitney say
I forget what she
said?
She be Betty. Betty. She did say, I know she's busy with the work and kids or whatever, but I don't remember what the work
I feel like I missed something. I missed that part. I'm like, what did she do?
I'll have to look it up. We'll look it up and deep dive on that next week and see exactly what May Lee does. Because I want to say, from what I heard through the grapevine, we're not really going to probably even get into her full profile. So we got to do some outside digging. Last thing I want to end on, y'all, we got like 5 minutes or so left, is we finally got the taglines this week. So let's end on that real quick. I'll share my screen. Here we go. Heather's up first, and her tagline is, "Don't play me. I've got receipts, proof, and the screenshots." What do you guys rate this on a scale of 1 to 10? I think it's cool because it's like, like that was like her thing, last season. But at the same time, it's like, it's still a little like, okay, like we've heard it a lot or whatever. And
it's
like I want to like it more because I know what it's representing. That was a very pivotal, like that was top 5, scenes of Housewives for me of all time. But it's still just like, okay, that was very easy.
Yeah, I don't know with the don't play me, and then that part is like, don't play me. I don't know. I wish it was a play on words a little bit better for me.
Yeah. I think she should have did more with it if she really wanted to like make a splash with it.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to get my foot off her neck about that. She lied about that, and I don't think she.
And if you're gonna lie about it, you need to
her enough about it. I don't think
that's what she needs to make a punchline off of, so that we can hear over and over again how you was a sucker. I got sucker punched, and I ain't no sucker no more. Something like that, because that's gonna clear you up a little bit, because you need to live in that a little bit longer. We didn't glaze over a little too much too quick. Girl.
No, it got overshadowed because of all the Monica stuff.
Right.
I never think that that's 100% fair. I don't.
Absolutely correct.
Lisa, tequila is my livelihood and my lifestyle is always top shelf. I'm not mad at it. It's not like it's
playing
but it's on brand for her. I do like the flow of this a lot better. Let me move this.
Top shelf, good liquor. Yeah. She got me on the tequila. And that is her livelihood. Like, I mean, come on, Lisa, that's good for me. I mean, she ain't my favorite person on the planet or nothing, but that tagline works for her. Tequila is my livelihood, and my lifestyle is always top shelf.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, y'all. Meredith, I'm known for my tub, and this year I'm bathing in glory.
I'm gonna need her to get out of her tub, because I
need a little bit more with this one too, because it's just like we better see. What if we don't see the glory then? Then it's no, there's no point in having this sentence here. Then
yo, bath beads better, them things better. They better make the water silky. I better feel it better exfoliate. It better do everything without me having to do nothing. but sit in the water.
Loki, I think Heather is threatened by Bronwyn's energy in her head. Heather sees the personality similarities of Bronwyn and Monica. I can see. I know she. I didn't look at it as though she was doing an exact character matchup between them, as much as it was just like, this is somebody new. They're causing some stuff. This could be an issue. Oh my god! Like just whole PTSD all around. I saw.
I feel like there's a PTSD going on, but she also is one that's like the one what we talking about. Nip that thing in the bud. Tell it to the person. Get out.
They were a united front, right? Last year when everything happened, they were a united front, right? Mm-hmm. So why didn't they approach this season the same way? Like, y'all new ones?
We ended it like that. You're right.
This is how we do things here. It should have been a whole, like, there would have been no room then for anybody to come in and be causing no issues then. If they would have said, this is how we get down from the door. Okay? So either get with it or get gone. That's what I would have did. But
so you can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. But you should get with this because this is where it's at. Exactly. That's all I'm saying.
Literally, exactly.
That's all right, Jeremy. That's okay. Long as you know your flaws. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I appreciate that. I don't feel like we have enough Meredith fans around. So
who's your favorite, Barb?
Well, I was feeling Lisa last season, and I'm not still feeling her. I think I'm cool. I think I'm still rolling with Angie. I think.
Yeah. We did roll with Angie. I just want to know.
If I have to roll with somebody, I think it's gonna be her. Yeah. Because,
okay. As Mama said.
Y'all are too funny. I can't. Oh, I'll have to try that. We bought well, I had bought him Beyonce's freaking whiskey. It's actually not bad.
Okay.
It's actually not bad because I heard it was like Japanese whiskey and he really likes that.
Let me put your address in and see how long it's gonna take me to get over there.
it actually
my birthday coming. I can come have a shot with him. I want to try something with Beyonce. Tell my brother to send me a corner.
It wasn't bad. It's more than I would want to spend typically, but I had some. It wasn't bad, y'all. Angie K. You may have been in a sorority, but I'm Greek for life, baby.
I like that.
I like this one. I do like representing her. I have no qualms with anybody who's proud of their culture.
In the sorority, in the Greek culture, I was like, see the play on words. I like it. I like it. Mm-hmm. I can hear it quickly. Like it was a real quick. I heard it, and I didn't have to hear it over and over again. I was like, "Yep, that
dissect it and try to figure out what this means." Yeah, no,
yeah.
Good for you, Angie. Good for you, Whitney. On my healing journey, I always travel first class. I only understand the first part. Like, where's the first? I'm trying to understand where the first class comes in at. Y'all.
I guess she's thinking that she's putting herself first. Maybe she's putting herself first for the first class.
Yeah, trust me, Kevin. I kind of see you there too. That's
why I'm with that. I literally do. I was hoping my sister did not ask me who's my favorite because I literally don't have one. I was like, just don't ask me. Don't ask me.
I like Angie, but do I have one person on this show that I'm really like through and through? Like that is my
I don't have one.
My girl, like 100 that I've been down with.
No matter what. I don't have one.
No, I don't really have that. Like
me either.
Like Potomac, I would say Karen, even though I think she's gonna piss me off on Sunday.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, y'all. Everybody really here can make me happy and also make me upset all in the same episode.
Yep. I agree with that.
Healing Journey Airlines. It's
first class. Here you go.
It was like she's saying healing when she's saying healing, but let me stop making fun of the way she talks. She could have kept this one. God is my shepherd, and you all look like sheep.
I said, Mary. Mary had a little lamb. Mary had a little lamb.
I feel like she ate a little bit with this one. And it's like only something that she would get away with, I feel like was saying. It's very much Mary. I'm not mad at it.
The fact that she said they looking like sheep, I was like, and it wasn't like I was like, she said, God is my shepherd. And I'm watching y'all like sheep. Then I'd have been like, okay, she watching it.
She's always judging somebody off of how they look.
I know.
To her, they probably do look like sheep.
I said, girl, you are mean. But
I was like, the audacity behind that is just
good,
wild.
clean shade. Good, clean shade. I like it.
Oh, Jesus. The only muted thing you'd find in my wardrobe is my black card. If it wasn't Bronwyn, I would like it more. But she keeps priding herself on her wardrobe. But the wardrobe, y'all, like we said before, the clothes be wearing her. Just because you got all the designer stuff in the world doesn't actually, just because you have designer doesn't mean you have style.
Say it again for the people in the back.
It doesn't. It doesn't, y'all. If I could leave you with anything, if you haven't heard anything else I've said today, please hear that. And it's cool. And in this episode, she said, I can't remember what it was, but I remember she said something about, because I wrote in my notes, I was like, and to find out, and we also find out that Bronwyn's a gatekeeper. She said something when they were all going to like the casino or something about like not telling somebody like where she got some clothes from or something, y'all. I don't remember, but she said that, and it made me just really turn my nose up at her even more, because if there's not one thing I despise more, it is a gatekeeper. Because it's just like, I don't care if you want to know, like, I mean, and also because I am a fashion influencer as well, like, if you want to know where I got something from, like, please ask me. I will gladly send you the link. I will tell you exactly where I got it. Like, and that's because like I'm not self-conscious in seeing other people in the same things as me, because ultimately you're not going to ever rock it how I rock it. I'm also not going to rock it how you rock it. We all have our own individual styles. So when you say stuff like that, like having an issue with telling somebody where you got something from, like that is just the most, makes me want to like throw up my mouth, because I don't really see her as a girl's girl. And the thing is, she wanted to talk about how her relationships with women don't really work out because this, that, and other thing. Whatever she said last week.
It's her.
It's you, because
it's her.
That tells me everything I need to know right there. You don't really want to see other people shine. And I don't like stuff like that, because I think that we all have our own abilities to shine and be great. And we should all be trying to lift each other up and be great together, instead of me being the only one shining while you guys are all down in the pits of hell. Like,
yeah, I don't like her. I don't like the snobbiness of her. I don't like that. Like, she can say that part, because nobody really cares that you, Rihanna, and maybe two other people got that heart-shaped jacket you had. Nobody gives a damn. You it's gonna sit in your closet. I don't care if you spent $15,000. That was a waste of money. Let's be clear. And then I think that's showing your prestige. Oh, I don't have to tell you where I got it from, because you can't afford it anyway. Girl, I don't want it. I want to make sure I don't go to the store you got, because I don't want to step in that store knowing that's where you got your stuff. Your house and the way your house looks, your quirkiness of the way you dress and the things that
we better not end this season on our housewarming party for her or something, because oh gosh.
Well, we might, because literally the way she dresses, the way her house looks, and she buys things that are like one of a kind and nothing that go together.
Y'all are so funny.
Kept from her grandmother. Girl, I saw that. Not girl, but you know what I'm saying, Jeremy.
It's not. Tell you, not those dangerous ass stairs in her house.
Yes, that's exactly.
And that's
the wife of, the mama of, I mean, the wife of Beetlejuice, not the wife of Beetlejuice, but the wife of Beetlejuice.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. Like, I get it to a degree, obviously. Y'all, like, I get it. Sometimes, like, maybe you just want something reserved for yourself. I'm not saying it's the ultimate, like, oh my God, that means you're a horrible person.
But when you say you gatekeeper,
she goes about it. It's just like,
are you gatekeeping for your friends? You don't want your friends to smell like you? Or are you gatekeeping, like, if I was just if somebody was on the street and was like, dang, you smell good, what you got on? Would you then say, oh, I'm not telling them, you're gonna give them a fake name of the cologne? Or would you be like, oh, I got on woo-wah? Are you gatekeeping with your friends because you don't want them to smell like you? Because there is a kind of a difference. Like, I'm literally being for real.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's a difference with your friends.
And we're wearing the exact same dress. Like, I would rather that not happen. Yeah. But like, I also don't like if I ask my friends something that they have, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, like, let me know that you're wearing that same exact thing, ask for it, and then wear it to the same.
That's
kind of weird, I feel like. But in her case, it just genuinely seems like she has a great disdain for people that like don't have it like her, and she also doesn't even want to see anybody else have it even similar. It's just like weird to me. She just and yes, hey Ray Ray.
Hey, Ray
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank you, my love. Thank you, my dear.
Yes, they are, and trust me, I 100% love it, and that's why I do like the tagline. But it's just I wish it would have came from somewhere else and not her, because she prides herself on her fashions, but
your fashions is wearing you. You not wearing the fashion. Yes. And Mary said that. Mary's like, girl, we don't wear costumes. We wear fashions. And Bronwyn, you have fashions, but they're wearing you, and you're not wearing them.
She's doing fashions. Be wearing the hell out of Bronwyn. Yeah, I can see how that could be like.
So that's what I said. Okay, that's the difference. I don't want my friends to smell like me, but well, I understand that, but then I do like sometimes when my friends smell good, I'd be like, girl. So I'm not gonna ask, or I'm not gonna even buy it. But what I am gonna do, let me tell you what I do, Jeremy. I ain't gonna tell you, because if I ever get over to your house, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll be like, girl, let me get square that perfume we wear. I get out skirt. I get a little baby right here, back here, because my husband gonna smell right here, right there. So I probably won't ask to buy it, but I will be like, girl, you smell good. Wear that. This what you be wearing, girl? This is it. That's what I'm gonna do.
Exactly. She better get some railings on them, because
that's illegal.
One late night and it's over. It is over.
Trying to be different.
I feel like you're saying this because of that yellow.
Oh yeah, that was not
like that's what I mean. Like,
well, she's 38.
Taylor would have came out in that. I would have been like,
I have to be real. I got to remember she's younger than a lot of those ladies.
No, she's 38. She's around the same age as
I said she's a lot. She's younger than like a lot of the ladies. They're
Whitney, Maylee,
Meredith, Lisa, Mary. Those girls are all older than that lady. Like my age, older.
Yeah, it's definitely a segmented.
But even with that, I was just saying, okay. And here's another thing I don't like. Bronwyn, don't do your husband. I'm doing somebody, and because with gout, girl, shut yourself down.
Tell us you're really not into him without telling us.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like that. Like, you don't want to marry the older dude. You knew he's gonna get older before you, so don't come for him. And just for that, I hope he takes some Viagra. Wear yours out. I hope he, girl.
On that note, y'all. We enjoyed you. This was a good one. Same. We'll be back at it next week, y'all. But again, do not forget to let us know how you felt about this episode in the comment section below. We definitely enjoyed y'all in the chat. You guys always keep it super lively. Shout outs to all you guys.
You guys rock.
Don't forget to like the video if you have not. Again, we are streaming from both channels. Make sure that notification bell is on, so you know every time we upload. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week, I guess.
Yes, we will for episode 4. You guys, y'all have a good weekend, because it is Friday.
It is Friday.
Have a great weekend. We see you guys on Thursday, though.
Yes, enjoy it. Be safe, and we'll see y'all then. Bye.
Bye, guys.